Hello, welcome to episode 7 of the Grassfed Podcast. My name is Clayton Carpenter. I'm here with...
Hey, my name is Terrell.
We're here in Placencia. It's late December 2018 and linked up with Mr. Taylor here on Blue
Water sailing.
There's a lot of coffee and things in the mix.
Hey.
Blue water sailing. And my mom went out with you guys previously and explain what you guys do.
Well, pretty much we just we started off the day from about 10 o'clock, I would believe, and we docked up behind right here. And pretty much what happened was that we went out, we had a day sail, went from right around Placencia Key and just did a detour, tacked a little bit, went up and came back and just watched a perfect sunset just in the right time. And pretty much ended off the day with some drinks and some good laughter. It was awesome.
It's nice. So what all services do you guys provide? You talked about going to some keys, doing some snorkeling, cooking.
Pretty much we're actually trying to get in touch with a lot of different things that a lot of people don't really do. So normally we would go to keys that people don't normally go to, like what I was explaining to you earlier. So we would just do a day snorkel at one of these random islands that we normally choose from. And after the snorkel is done, after about 45 minutes or so, we go off, have lunch. Then after that, after everyone's finished with lunch and everything, if anyone wants to go back and snorkel, then that's what they do. So pretty much other than that, people get to relax on the beach and all that, chilling in the hammock, all different various types of things. People actually play volleyball, soccer on the island that we already go to. So it's like we have a lot of fun there. It's like after a big barbecue and everything, everyone's up for everything, so it's awesome.
That's sweet.
We do a lot of fishing as well, so like coming back, we would do like toss out the lines and see what we catch. Normally we catch like a barracuda or a king mackerel, but that's how we spend on the day, you know.
That's cool. How'd you get into this? I mean, born and raised here, so it's kind of a given.
You're right. Pretty much I had to learn from just looking first of all, but I got hands-on with it from a lot of people. I couldn't say I did everything by myself. I had a lot of help along the way. I had a lot of friends. But I had most influence from Hank, to be honest. Don't lie, he teach me a lot, especially with sailing and everything. He's the first person that introduced me to sailing and all that. So I can always say he's done a lot for me. But other than that, I would learn what I've learned from like my previous events. Like I would always like go on a fishing tournament with all my uncles and everything. And we like go out for the day, just catch a lot of fish. We actually do lionfish as well. It's awesome, man. Like growing up, it was like I missed the moments growing up because I know I had to do it like at my own free will. I had my own time to do it. You know what I mean? Like I could have done a lot of things. Like I used to go on one of my friend's grandfather's island. We would stay there for about 2 months every summer, for the whole summer. And we would just like, we would fish, snorkel around the island, stay at the house. We would do all kinds of things. We would play games. There's so much things we could have done there. We would do a lot of fishing, to be honest. Fishing was the main thing. Because his grandfather had a boat, took us out. And that would be about every day. He took us out, caught fish, eat it up, and that was pretty much our day. And you know, and that was the routine every summer. That was it. It was awesome.
That's so cool.
Really.
So you mentioned that you're a certified guide and a captain, but first a guide. What's the process of doing that?
To be honest, there's a course that we have here. Well, normally it's held throughout the country, but it was held here in Placencia. Like it's about a 4-month course. Pretty much you got to go through like it has 7 different chapters to it. It's like it has the introduction to Belize. That's the first step towards it. It's like it gets you like even though we would already know about our own country, but we all learn things that we didn't know about our own country. So it's like
name one.
Name one. I would say, let's see what I would say. Well, there's over 400 different species of bird here in Belize, and that's mostly mostly all these different other regions would have about 100 and different things, like especially in South America, but Brazil I can say has the most species of birds, but here we have a lot of birds concentrated that compared to Mexico and all these other places that we're all surrounded by. So
Super cool. Sorry to interrupt. So back to
it's
it.
okay, it's
so
okay.
First is intro to Belize.
Yes, and then there's the second chapter. To be honest, I really don't. The chapters they're pretty much in depth. You would have to go through, like, there's Mayan calendar, there's social aspect of Belize, then there's actually the practical course of it, this course. Then you have to do your own swimming, your own CPR, everything. You have to go through all those processes. Like after all that is finished, you're gonna be a completely different person, to be honest. Like your mindset towards people and towards life is gonna be very different. Because like if you haven't, like if you've never had any knowledge about like animals and being cared for nature and all these things, what I'm saying is like to protect your own for well-being or something like that. It's like you would just be one of the normal people that would just probably cut down a monk of flowers just for their own benefit or something, you know. But you would actually look at that and be like, okay, that's wildlife being destroyed. That's also life from trees being destroyed. That's iguanas. That's monkeys. That's toucans. That we have all these things here, and people don't necessarily pay that mind. You know, that's what I'm saying. So there's all these things are being destroyed. It's really crazy, to be honest. But some people see the beauty in life here.
That's good. It seems to me, as it kind of maintained with the growth like we were talking about before, has it maintained as well as you like it?
Well, to be honest, there's been a couple complaints with the locals here, yes, but I don't think it's been so much of a drastic situation compared to other places that I know. But here we're just getting comfortable with everyone being around all the time. It's actually been a lot more help because all these resorts are creating jobs for a lot of us that never had a job here. So it's there's two sides to it, you know what I mean? It's saying, so you can't really judge which one is better and which one is better.
Interesting. So, guiding and being a captain, how does that play into the role? I mean, are many people have that? Most captains have their guides?
Yes, well, most would have their guide license, to be honest, but I know a couple captains that they haven't gotten their guide's license. They just done it with just their captain license and just sailing boats and everything. But most people here, they would have, like, it's pretty much like a laid out thing here for most people. They would actually go through the tour guide course first, then go to the captain license. Because most people learn from the tour guide to learn how to drive, to be a captain. So, but I learned it backwards. I was from captain to a tour guide, you know.
Yeah.
That was the only beauty in it.
Well, it's because you said by the time you ever, as long as you remember, you're driving boats.
Exactly.
Like big boats.
Like, I've been in the water from since I was very young. I've learned how to swim from I was very small, to be honest. So it's like, I've been seeing sharks, I've been seeing these things like you're not,
Yeah.
like you explained to me, you're not really comfortable with.
It scares the crap out of me.
But like, we've been used to it, seeing turtles, seeing a nurse shark, seeing a whale shark. You seen a whale shark before?
No, I've never seen a shark at all.
No. A whale shark, I'm talking
Nothing.
about.
Nothing.
Like, we have a whale shark. There's a season for it actually starts in May.
Nice.
So it's like, that's actually one of the most highest peak here in Placencia, with a lot of people come for that season.
Wow.
So it's very, it's interesting, to be honest, to see something that's actually bigger than a shark, but it's a shark, but it's a whale. You know, it's crazy, and it's very harmless to people. So, but the only thing here now is that we don't like require touching them. We stay about 15 feet from them. Like, it's pretty much required. Same thing with you have to go through a different course now, getting to be like to snorkel with or dive with whale sharks. You have to go a different course. Like, there's a lot of things because we emphasize a lot of laws here. We try to keep a lot of things like tacked down, like to point. You know what I mean?
it seems that is the average guide that is responsible, because even hearing you guys talk on the boat about fishing and, being honest with the catch, release when you release.
Yeah, exactly.
CPR, catch, photo, release, right?
Exactly.
So, how does it work with, the average guide? Is there are there like bad guides who will say, okay, we'll take that, we'll cook it, I'm not gonna leave my tour, you don't have to say any names, that we won't get into that, but people who go on a tour and say, shit man, we don't have any fish, what are we gonna do, not take fish back?
Yeah,
Pull a small fish because the tourists don't know, or?
Well, to be honest, I would believe that there are people like that, but I haven't seen anyone, to be honest, with my eyes. So it's like, that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
But if there are anyone like pretty much doing something like that, that's something that would need to be addressed. Or to be honest, people are actually getting away, because back then it was a lot different, but now there's a lot of laws that's in place. People are actually straying away from their old strategies, and like people used to overfish, like overcatch lobsters, all these things. So it's like everything's a lot better now, to be honest.
Is it because the law scares them into doing it?
Exactly.
Or is it because they think it's a bad practice?
Well, they've known it's a bad practice already, to be honest. Like most people would be like just get whatever you can get. You understand what I'm saying? So especially with the lobster, they would get from the smallest lobster to the biggest lobster. This is what I'm saying, and like it got to a point where we're like, okay, we need to do something about it, because we're gonna overfish our area. We don't want to become like other countries, and don't.
Yeah. No lobster.
Exactly, and that's crazy. Everyone loves lobster, right?
Well, yeah, Lobster Fest turns into Lobster None, like gone.
Oh man, Lobster Fest is another situation. That's another topic.
What do you think? Is it a bad thing?
No, Lobster Fest is awesome. Lobster Fest is very awesome. Like Lobster Fest normally falls like right after when the season opens, so it's awesome.
It's abundant as it is, so it's time to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
And then we're getting like a lot more like sightings of lobsters in different places that we never had them before. So that's a good positive sign.
So you say, because I see on Facebook occasionally people say, oh, lobster situations, it's going down. It's just, what do you say? It's on the up. They're looking good.
To be honest, I would say it was just on the verge of getting better. We were at this point, like what I was explaining to you, like it was getting scarce in a sense, but it got to a point where we're getting better now. Like the corporation, they're out dealing with everything they have. Like the prices are well intact, they're not sky high or anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, because the market drives the price up, and then people don't give a shit. They're gonna get the lobsters.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. When restaurants need their lobsters, best believe they're gonna pay their money for lobster, and that's when they have to raise the price for the lobsters. So that's where a lot of things comes in play here, and that's why that's the whole implementation of the law. That's why all that gets in place and everything. We all try to do a lot of things different here, to be honest. And that's one thing that I've noticed, like especially with the manatees, that's one thing that we protect a lot. Like everyone is on the lookout for manatees, especially when they're going past there in the lagoon.
Yeah. They come right back here?
Yeah. They're very close to us many times, like right out to that point there where we all they're there. Yesterday was it, right?
Yeah.
Like they're normally out there or out to the point here too. Like it's very awesome, man. Like that's the only thing that we haven't seen yet, a manatee.
Yeah. The way that you guys, I guess Hank just maneuvered the dolphins the other day. That was nuts. He knew what he was doing with that?
Well, yeah.
Or was it just like he knew the way that they followed the boat or this or that or what?
Well, the thing is with dolphins, they were actually feeding. That's what they were doing. So they were following all the mackerel, and not the mackerel, but the sardines. So they were just following them, and however the sardines were following, like they were going, they would follow right behind them. And then sometimes, like most of the time, they would be playful with us. Like I have a video to show you on our phone. To be honest, we had dolphins like right at my foot. I was actually just Right there. It was like right there at my
Whoa.
foot. And it was just playing with us the whole time. It was going us to almost half the journey to our destination. It was awesome. Everyone was like so amazed by this. Like that was the first time I'd seen it, to be honest. Like one falling one so far. It was awesome.
It's really cool. Yeah, that was the first time I've seen dolphins in person.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. They were super close, especially. So they were up in front of us, and then they looped around, came up the middle, and then ended up following us.
Exactly.
So when they were at the end, I got some pictures of like very close. They just dive all the way under the motors, don't they? They just see them and they go
yeah,
way
exactly.
low.
They're actually smarter than us.
Yeah,
so
that's what I've heard a lot about.
They're amazing. They're very amazing creatures.
It's cool. So what's your favorite part about it? About being on the water? Diving or snorkeling or fishing or?
Well, to be honest, I enjoy all aspects of it. There's always something that always sticks out to me, even if it's just some part of the coral. There's always something that I will notice about, like, there's something different that I will notice every time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Huh.
It's like, it's always amazing to me, I mean, like, to understand what, like, how long these corals to be in that. They literally take so much years to get to a point. It's like to beauty, like that's how they look. And it's like if I would actually stand on this coral, like this coral that's right here, I could potentially damage this coral and all this coral that's actually surrounding the whole key. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's more like in a symbiosis form then. That's how they work.
Whoa.
And it's kind of weird. It's like one gets this infectious of it, and then one will catch this disease, and that, you know. So that's how it works, and that's why we always try to make sure that no one like touches a coral or anything like that. Like especially if there's a fire coral, like. So that's one reason why. There's another reason why then we don't implement people to touch the coral and all these things, because you can kill the coral, and you can actually get stung from one of these corals.
What's called a fire coral?
Fire coral, yeah. That's something I'm going to show you.
Wow. Man.
Fire coral, bro. Yeah, and there's a reason for its name, so.
Interesting. Yeah, the big thing is, for me, is using cleaner sunscreens and things like that, and bug sprays. So people are out on the water and then they jump in, and it's like, oh, guess what? You may not need to touch it because your sunscreen's already
Exactly.
getting in. So that's a big thing. My friend Kim and Kyle uses oil blends and different herbs to make natural sunscreens that actually work. Some of them, this will work, and then you go out and get burned. And Belizean Breezes in San Pedro, they make one that my brother Cody, the one you'll meet, and we'll have to make sure he has something when we go out that's natural, because now he's at the point where he's like, no, I'm not going to use anything with chemicals in it. So he'll get natural stuff, and the stuff from the island works really good. Like my mom looked at him, she was like, just 23 at the time, like 23 years, and I've never seen it any time that he didn't go out on the water and burn. And that was the one time. Yeah. So shout out to Belizean Breezes. They fucking rock.
Hey.
So, yeah, things like that. I'd love to get you guys hooked up with Kim, even to have some of her product on. And it's
I was just going to say
here's natural sunscreen, here's this, here's that. Even like motion sickness.
Yeah.
Like she has little things she makes for motion sickness. It's like, oh, cool, take this.
Like herbs? Or is it
herbs and different, it's like a tincture. So using the alcohol, like sometimes she uses red top, sometimes she uses vodka, make a tincture and then dilute it, and then mix it with different teas and things like that.
Hey.
Yeah, man, she has an immune system thing that you take, put a little cap under your tongue, it has moringa, ginger, olive.
She has flavors to it as well?
No, it doesn't taste very good, but it's like, it's just a little cap, like a little small under the tongue. Drink it with water. It don't taste good. But it ain't supposed, it's like bitters. It ain't supposed to taste good.
Yeah, okay.
You know. What I see, this is the thing I want to do, like walk around, because there's things that you can just say one or two words.
Yeah.
And if I say it to an American, they'll say, huh? If I say it to a Belizean, they'll have a whole reaction. So I want to say a few words to you, and I want to hear your reaction.
Just some doesn't. Okay.
No, nothing crazy, don't worry.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just some say nothing crazy.
Rice and beans.
That better be some good rice and beans, though. I'm telling you.
What is rice and beans versus
Rice and
beans and rice
beans.
for people who don't know?
Oh man, okay, first of all, coconut is the very most essential point of these rice and beans, okay?
What form of coconut?
Coconut, it's like,
Hard, like fresh raw coconut?
well, my
Or
grandma was like, okay, this is how my grandma makes it. She gets the coconut with like the meat, but the meat has to be hard. Well, I'm not really one who graters the meat, so that's what I'm telling you. So, like, I normally grater the meat, and she boils some water, put the meat inside the water, and she strains it. You understand what I'm saying? And she strains it, and after that, it's like, now this is our coconut milk here. So she puts that coconut milk inside the rice and beans that's actually on the pot already. So it's like, when all that soaks in and blends in, hey, hey,
so what's beans and rice?
beans and rice.
I mean I know, but people don't know. 'Cause the other day I laughed. I was with a guy on the plane coming over, and he said, "Oh, like yeah, we're excited." I told him like, "Oh yeah, you should go here and here," and I was like, "Oh, make sure you get like rice and beans."
Okay.
And then he's like, "Yeah, honey, you hear that? We gotta get beans and rice." I was like, "No."
No, it's rice and beans.
Yes, that's what I told him.
Okay,
but
okay.
they're gonna beans and rice, like stewed beans
No,
and rice, right?
Yeah, there's a difference. There's a real difference to it.
So what are beans and rice?
Okay, it's just separated. Like the
coconuts?
rice is separated from the beans, but the rice and beans, it's mixed together.
Perfect.
So that's the whole difference between it. I guess a lot of people get it mixed up.
They do, man. That's what I tried to tell them, and they said, "Oh, I didn't realize there was a
It's
difference."
like this other thing people are coming with. It's like, can I have dark meat?
They ordered.
No, in my head, it's like, oh, I heard this, white meat or dark meat. I was like, okay, is that a leg? Okay, yes, it's a leg. Okay, okay, I got it. I never know. You understand? And then I got it from there. Then several other people come with me was like, they got a white meat. Okay, that's breast. I figured the part was breast. Okay, so I'm good. See, I'm learning things now every day. So it's like
the white people shit.
Man, I was like, what? What is this?
That's awesome.
Like normally, like meat is meat. So just be like, okay, can I get breast? And the other one is leg. So
I want white meat or dark meat. And are they always Americans?
Man, like you guys have a lot of things. You guys have a lot of things. And, like not really like real local people. Then like people that are older, like my grandma. She wouldn't like go with a lot of things, like the way how the chicken is seasoned, the way how you wash your dish, the way how you clean your table. Like there's a lot of essential things to it, like the way how you store your sugar. I'm dead serious.
Everything is the exact same.
Like you understand, you have to be on point. Like everything for her is like, okay, you gotta save that because someone else might need it.
We're the same way. I'm glad we're like, okay. My brother used to be like, dude, you can't save everything. I was like, dude,
someone else is gonna need it.
Yeah, or like like if I make something, I give like, here I'm gonna give you this jar, but it happens to be filled with cookies.
Exactly.
Like,
you know what I mean? Hey.
Man. So, I remember on the boat, is it your grandma that makes the baked goods?
No.
It's Connor's grandma, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Are they that good? Are they as good as he says?
Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, she makes breads and buns as well. Like she would make almost every evening. But she's not here. She's in the U.S.
Oh, she's not.
Yeah. She went for a little vacation.
Is she gonna be back before the 27th?
I don't think so, to be honest.
Damn, that's the
I don't
bed's
know when
gonna be
she's coming
upset.
back.
You really wanted some or cinnamon rolls. Are they cinnamon rolls or cinnamon buns?
We made cinnamon buns, cinnamon rolls.
So he didn't know the difference. My stepdad didn't. So funny story. He goes and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get some cinnamon rolls." Like the one in there, cinnamon roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, "Well, I'm gonna get some cinnamon rolls," and he orders from somewhere in town. And
there's a bakery that sells them.
Yeah, and he said, order some cinnamon rolls. I have eight cinnamon rolls, please. And she says, "You want cinnamon bun?" And he said, "Well, yeah." Like he thought it was like, "Oh, you want 8? Yeah."
He got the sense of those
Oh,
buns.
okay, 8 cinnamon buns. So it's like a loaf. It's like a bread loaf, like a banana bread pan.
It's actually like a little.
It's really big.
Yeah.
He got 8 of them. So here he comes back with a bag of 4 and a bag of 4. And my mom was like, "What the hell? You bought bread to feed the village?" So mom calls me and she's like, "We got so much freaking cinnamon bread in there." So they gave 4 to Edwin and them down in the end. And they were like, "Man, we still didn't even eat it all. We couldn't."
Couldn't eat it all. It was too much.
It was nice though. You guys ever do anything like have the breads out on the boat, like hook up with her and have her provide the sweets for the trip?
Well, I have done it a couple of times, to be honest. Like we've done that with the salsa, the chips and dip. The same thing like we were saying. Like she had some cupcakes at a time, and then she had another cake. So we try to incorporate a lot of things with it, like what you were saying. Like also with the wine, that's another you asked
that's nice. What kind of wine was that?
That was. Let's see if I can remember. Because he got 2. There was a pineapple and then there was. It's not sorrel. He told me what was it?
A berry?
Berry. It was blackberry.
Oh, exactly. Like the little blackberry from the tree?
Yeah.
It was nice. See, they're not a blackberry like if you're an American thinking like, oh, like blackberries, they don't grow on a tree, they grow on a bush. This is a blackberry tree.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They had one at the farm and they were nice.
It's a tree.
Nice. It's like a dark blue, purple. Black.
Yeah.
They're nice.
They're sweet. You can actually eat them with some sugar, to be honest.
That's another Belizean thing.
Yeah,
you throw sugar on it.
Yep.
Anything. BB told me he's like, "Man, you got some sugar?" And you just throw sugar on, what was it? I think we just had we were brokish. We were really broke sometimes in the jungle, man, and it was like, hey, man, we got just a few dollars to get through this week, but we got rice and we got honey. So we were like, all right. BB's like, "You ain't got no sugar?" I was like, "Nah, I got honey." So we had like a little rice and honey and cinnamon, a little banana. It was nice, man.
Hey.
I call it broken paradise.
It's a splendid meal, though.
Yeah, man, it's nice. So about the garnaches. The next thing, what are garnaches?
Okay. Now, normally, like, Belizeans have their own way how they would make garnaches. Like, they would have, like, these other... Like, Belize is a country, like, with so many different cultures. So when I say Belizeans, I would mean people that's, like, Creole or someone that's a Garifuna. That's more of a Belizean.
So darker skin?
Yeah, I would say more fair skins is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like we would make it like with the fried corn, the fried beans, but the same thing with the beans. We all make our beans different. We add coconut oil to our beans and fry it with the coconut oil. Some people add a little bit of coconut powder inside the beans and make it a little bit more nice. We add a little bit of salt to it, black pepper. Perfect. That's it right there. That's like the main thing of it. We would add salsa. We'd like add that little it's that onion sauce that we make. Like we make the onion with the vinegar
like
and
chili. Is that what they call it? Or
no,
is chili more runny?
Yeah, chili is different. Like that's like for tacos or something.
That's like the wet. That's what on the garnaches tonight, right?
No, like that was just the cabbage mixed with the vinegar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought she dashed a little on a few of them.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. They all make it different,
Yeah,
like from how she made
that
it there.
that was like a wet something in the middle that was,
This
it was
is
still
what
a
I'm
little
saying.
hot.
So if you eat it like from how my mom would make it or how my grandmother would make it, you would say, okay, this is a Belizean garnaches. Now you're getting the sense of what I'm talking to you about. We put salsa and not in that extra, the same onion with the vinegar in it, and it's with cheese. What we don't use Parmesan, we use the Hapico cheese that's made here in the country.
Nice.
Perfect. And ketchup, done.
Ketchup on the garnaches?
Hey, yeah.
My dude, I'd like ketchup on everything. I really do.
Some like, people add pepper too as well, make it a little bit more spicy.
Like black pepper?
No, pepper. There's Marie Sharp's pepper that we have here. We put
okay,
that on everything.
So there's chili and then there's pepper. Marie Sharp's is pepper.
Pepper, yeah.
So that's like Kleenex. Like a tissue is Kleenex. Right? So it's like, oh, I need a Kleenex. It's like,
okay.
I need a tissue, like it's that brand. So pepper is like Marie Sharp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Peppers, Murray Sharps here.
Mhm.
Nice. What
Like,
about?
That's the main thing you could ask any Belizean about, that pepper there. No one eats a Sunday dinner. And Sunday dinner, like when I say Sunday dinner, it's rice and beans, chicken and salad. That's Sunday dinner. So, like for tomorrow, Sunday dinner, man. What you think?
Did you just order my dinner for tomorrow?
Oh man.
So where do we go?
So
Tomorrow.
Well,
What's happening tomorrow?
well, my grandma is actually she's cooking, so
Where should I go tomorrow for that exact dinner? What do you recommend? Me and my mom.
well, your mom. Well, I would say detach or Wendy's.
For that exact dinner?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say I'm not ordering anything except for Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
And they'll know.
Exactly.
I don't have to say anything else.
You just said Sunday dinner, but you have to say it with the
Sunday dinner.
Yeah, with the accent.
Okay.
Like real Creole accent.
And they say okay. Okay.
Just like that.
He's got awful light skin, but I think he knows what
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
up.
Okay, so like the lady that owns Wendy's restaurant.
So should we just go to Wendy's?
Yeah, Wendy's is awesome. Cause the same guys I was introducing you tonight to, one of them, well the Kurskin one, that's his mom's
Wendy's
restaurant.
is on the corner just across from the field to the right.
Yeah.
They do the big fried jacks and nice breakfast, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we go to Wendy's a lot.
It's splendid there too, man.
Nice, man.
Then there's D-Shack as well. D-Shack that sells smoothies, like natural smoothies.
That's right on by the pier.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah, there's that smoothie.
So glad that you made it there, to be honest.
Man, so what are your other essentials? Like Placencia. Your must-dos, we got de-stack, right? Is that what they call it? De-stack?
Detach.
Detach.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
They're detached, they're de-shock.
De-shock. That's the one. De-shock's the ones I was talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the smoothie place.
Exactly.
And then detach for breakfast.
Breakfast, yeah.
And then what about Garnaches, where we went tonight, as far as in the village? Or is there another better?
Yeah, there's Carmen and
Okay,
Maria.
cool.
These are my two favorite.
I like Carmen's. We would go there a lot.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. So she right there, like she actually started the garnaches thing and all these,
Yeah.
you know, fried tacos. Like that's my another favorite thing right there, the fried tacos
Fried
from her.
tacos?
Yeah.
With cabbage on top? Is that where you serve? Is that
Yeah,
like
it's a little cabbage with a little red sauce looking thing,
Yeah.
and then with cheese all over the oh man,
Yeah.
perfect.
What about for something sweet? What would you go for, like something sweet in the village?
Something sweet. Well, there's normally like people on the side of the road that's selling things like people that are self-sufficient on themselves. So like people normally sell like there's this one lady, Miss Myrtle. She's right beside Omar's, like right beside the Chinese store. She's a lady that she's normally out there every evening. She sells bread, bun. She sells cinnamon roll, bread pudding. There's banana cake. There's potato pone. There's coconut crust. There's panadas. She also sells panadas as well, man. This lady, she has everything there, to be honest. So it's like.
Is she just in a cart? How do we find her?
No,
she's just in the parking lot?
She's right in front of her house, man.
Oh, in the front of the house?
Yeah.
Okay, so next to the Chinese, across
Yeah.
from Omar's.
So you're gonna see them.
Nice.
Like there's always like a little crowd there, so people are always buying from there.
Nice.
She's awesome though.
What about going out, like nightlife? Is Tipsy Tuna pretty much the only place?
Barefoot.
I'm barefoot, I mean just those two is...
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty
There
much
was
is,
another place that was called Fusion Beach, but I don't know what happened to the owners, to be honest, but the place was decided was not open their business anymore.
Man.
I guess it was a bit further from where everyone was already used to, like Tipsy Tuna and Barefoot right beside each other.
Yeah.
People was already used to that, so I guess that's the whole reason why no one necessarily went there all the time, I guess.
Damn.
Like locally speaking,
Yeah.
people from the village, they never necessarily went there. Only on a Sunday, like just to do a little, like on the pool, enjoy the rest of the day.
And get there what? What do you get on Sunday?
Sunday dinner. You get Sunday dinner too.
Did they do it right?
Well,
They do a good Sunday dinner?
one time they never did it right. So that's the thing with Belizeans, it's that every time thing you have to do the Sunday dinner right.
You don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. It's like you're ruining the tradition. It's like same thing like with the Johnny cake. You have to make it right. You can't make it too hard. You can't make it too soft. You understand where it go from? So like it's different.
Beans in them, chicken in them.
No, Johnny cake direct. So it just that's just like plain flour with a little bit of salt, a little bit of yeast. My grandma put some yeast in there, and it's perfect. To be honest, that stuff's like it's about this size. So you can actually cut that open, put beans in there, or you can put peanut butter and jelly in there. Or
dude, now
and now
I found my brother.
That's awesome, man.
That's what we do, man. Everything's PB&J.
Hey,
bagels, toast, tacos.
Bagels. I make something. I make a sandwich out of bagels.
That's
no
right.
I make it with the turkey ham. Like there's little things you can buy at the store. Like it's already sliced up already, so it's just like you just preheat it. You get some vegetables, put some ranch on my cabbage. Hey, need the ranch. Ranch is always that sells it, that cream cheese, and I put extra Belizean cheese, so it's like 2 different types of cheese. Hey, that's a perfect meal for the morning with that coffee.
How do you like your coffee?
Well,
like every Belizean with two or 6 scoops of sugar?
No, that's too much. That's 6 scoops of sugar. Well, most people like, we don't normally use sugar for coffee. We use a condensed milk.
No sugar?
We don't use sugar.
Oh dang, okay, BB was an anomaly. Then my dude BB be like, nah.
Yeah. So there's things to Belizean, like we would call, it's like how you would call what would you explaining something to me about a different American, like you would classify them as a
like an asshole?
Like pretty much like that, but no, not like essentially an asshole.
I don't remember which ones. Just explain it. You don't have to add anything. If someone's listening to this far in the conversation, they really care, so they really need the truth.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So like I would say like coffee, how we call like some other, like we would say people who are like free thinking.
Yeah.
People that likes free things, we call them coffee. Or coffee. That's how we done that.
Coffee, like
coffee.
Like a cruffy?
Like K-R-U-F-F-Y.
Yeah.
Cruffy.
Cruffy.
Yeah, instead of like.
And like BB, you guys say BB a cruffy name.
Yeah, he not me a coffee. He not me a coffee.
So we teach people to speak like 3 Creole phrases, so they can send us videos saying these phrases.
Well,
and then we can have awesome fun.
Okay. Like I say what if to be honest, like to think about it, that's when it starts to become
hard.
Yeah.
Like what would you say if you walk up and see your friends?
What do you want?
What do you want?
Or what's up?
Yeah. So what they want?
What do you want?
What? So what they want?
Where?
De.
Like D-I?
Yeah. Where?
De. Go on.
Where do you want?
Yeah, what do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want?
That's why when I go up to Rick, say, what do you want, Rasta? Hey, little by little. It's fun, man. Living on the farm and all the boys, I get to the barn, and at first they could talk and I wouldn't hear it, so they talk shit and I wouldn't hear it.
Yeah.
And then I got to like, I hear you. And then they start speaking Spanish.
Yeah, that's one. I hear
you. Yep. I hear you.
Like, reasons we do these things, like,
Yep, I heard that a lot.
Yeah, it's just me like, that's like, that could mean a yes. That could mean a no.
That could also mean shut the fuck up, I hear you.
Yeah, that could mean, you
yes,
understand?
I've heard it plenty of times, trust me.
That's the overall thing, like if someone is probably bothered, then they don't want to answer.
If you hear that, it means no more. They just stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, get your act together or something, you know? Yeah, that's a perfect way to use it.
Just means stop talking. I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
take notice, Americans who want to come to Belize and here.
Yeah, that could also mean that you're lying.
You're full of shit.
Yeah,
like,
really
like,
back.
see, like Americans be like, like you're full of shit. Like,
Yeah. There, yeah, man.
yeah, man. You're full of shit.
Cool shit.
That's fun. So you know some Spanish?
A little bit, yeah.
Nice.
Poquito bien.
It's fun. Fun. Well, let's shut this thing down, dog.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a wonderful day.
Whoever's listening, yeah.
We want to hear you send us your Creole phrases. So you say wo di guan.
What di guan.
What di guan.
Exactly.
And then you're gonna say
what's up?
What's up?
Or nadas.
Nadas. And we wanted to see your Johnny cakes. Now that you know how to make those. What else do they know how to learn now? What's a fried jack before they?
Fried jack is pretty much similar to so you would just make, it's like the same concept of making a Johnny cake, but you would take a smaller portion of the flour that you already needed out already and everything. But
Same exact dough.
Yeah, the same exact dough, but you would just flatten it out like a tortilla, cut it in half, or some people actually put another hole in between, so it's like it fluffs up a little bit bigger. So it's like you got two tortillas. I mean, you got two fried jacks from one tortilla. Just cut it in half.
Game
Easy.
changer.
Easy.
So we want to see it all. We can follow you on
Instagram.
And it's tailor-made.
That BZ.
That's nice.
Hey.
That's very nice. And now it's bluewatersailing.bz.
Easy, yeah.
Right? And
Everything not BZ over here.
that's it. But yeah, thank you everybody. Have a good night.
All right.
We're out. Follow us and share this. And really, if you're listening to this long, you fucking rock. So thank you.
Yeah, you're the bomb. You're the bomb.
Night. Mm-hmm.
Easy.